Hey guys, it's been a while since you've seen my face, but I think it's about time to do another in-depth video where I teach you a little something. What we're going to look at here is what I like to call a ghost note sandwich. What it actually is you just play a ghost note on either side of a rim shot in any beat, and it adds just a little bit of musicality to the groove just to make it sound cooler than it is if it weren't to have those ghost notes. It's not something you should do with every single rim shot you ever play, but it is a skill you need to have if you're planning on playing halftime shuffles or any type of funk grooves where ghost notes and 16th notes on the hi-hats are quite busy. So I'll get right in. We're going to start simple and then we're going to kind of move it up a bit, and we have 7 exercises in total which I'm going to show you how to do, and then you're going to take them, play them yourselves, and hopefully that will improve your ghost note sandwich playing. Starting with the first groove, we're just going to play a basic 8th note groove here, and we're going to play a ghost note before the accent on beat 2, and that ghost note is going to be on the and of beat 1. Once you've done that a while, we're going to move on to the next exercise where we're going to shift that ghost note to after the backbeat, so it's going to be on the and of 2, and then once you've done all 3 of those, you're going to do both of them together. So you're going to do ghost note before and ghost note after. So the ghost notes here are on the ands before the backbeat and after the backbeat. I've grouped these 3 exercises together because it's a good way to kind of just run through a grid and then repeat it and then speed up that grid as you get comfortable. So here's me playing it at 3 tempos. The first one's 60 BPM, the next one's 80, the last one is 100 BPM. What those exercises would have done is kind of worked on your technique of playing those ghost notes. So really when you play those slowly, focus on the way you play that. If you want to know a bit more on what I do for my technique when playing ghost notes, I have a video for that which I will link here, but in this video I won't go too much into it, and just know that you kind of lift to play a ghost note and then you're down to play an accent. So when you're playing those exercises really slowly with the 8th notes, just make sure to focus on what your left hand is doing here, because as you're playing them slowly, you're developing the technique there with your left hand to play a ghost note sandwich. Moving on, we're going to now shift into 16th notes. We're going to stay playing 8th notes with our hi-hat hand, but now we're going to play 16th notes with the ghost notes. So just before the snare, a bit closer than what it was with the 8th notes. So instead of going dun dun ka, we're now going dun dun ka, which is the first exercise. After that, we'll do the same thing where we take that ghost note from before and we'll shift it to just after. So now instead of being on the it's going to be on the E, straight after the accent. And then like before, we did with the 8th notes, with the 16th notes, we just put it all together in the final exercise, and then you got 3 exercises to run through in a grid. Here they are: 60, 80, and then 100. Once you've done that, you should be pretty proficient with playing that ghost note sandwich. The last exercise I'm going to give you is just to add in 16th notes with your hi-hat. So here's where it gets into the kind of James Brown funk type grooves, which are really cool to play. They're really cool to hear. Here's just one exercise. We're going to play the ghost note sandwich with 16 notes on our hi-hat. Before I end the video, I just want to remind you guys that I have a Patreon page where I upload all these exercises that you can kind of just download and put them on your cell phone or iPad. They're all in PDF form, so it makes it easier to practice than to constantly go and click on YouTube every time you want to practice these concepts. This is what it will generally look like when there are many exercises from a video. I know a lot of my recent videos have only been one exercise, so those would just be like a single PNG or PDF. There's also a second tier where you can get audio files of these exercises, so instead of listening to me play them, you can just play that audio file to have a reference. Here's an example of what one of the audio files would sound like from this lesson. And then I have a third tier where you get the PNGs and the audio files and a monthly lesson with me. No one signed up for that yet, but if you've made it this far in the video, I'm just going to let you in on a little secret. I actually charge $40 to $60 for a one-on-one drum lesson, depending on what it is and who it's for. But if you sign up for that, you get one lesson a month for $20. If you're the first one to sign up, it's going to be a one-on-one, but then as people sign up, it's going to become more of a group thing, and I'm really excited to start that up. So if you're interested, go check that out. That is my Patreon page. I'll put a link in the description. To end this video, I'm just going to roll a clip of me grooving with this ghost note sandwich idea, and you can kind of just see how it can be applied without playing the exact exercises that I put here. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.